Hello, everyone. Welcome to the market simulation call for Fall 2020 release. My name is Anshuman Vaidya. I am the market simulation coordinator. This is the last call before the next, the market simulation actually starts. This is the last week of connectivity testing. Calls and webinars are recorded for stakeholder convenience, allowing those who are unable to attend to listen to the recordings after the meetings. The recordings will be publicly available on the ISO webpage for a limited time following the meetings. The recordings and any related transcription should not be reprinted without ISO's permission. We have the following agenda today. We'll talk about the availability, Fall 2020 release, market simulation initiatives and timelines, known issues. We'll go through the settlements calendar once again before we start the market simulation next week. We'll talk about external interface that are going to be changing with this fall release, and then we'll talk about each of the initiatives that we are planning to test and the next steps.
They each in their own bubble.
Can everyone, unless you have a question, can you please mute your line? Thank you. Let's talk about Fall 2020 release map stage availability. The availability information is always available on portalmap.kaiser.com. We are not aware of any map stage maintenance as for now. We have upcoming map stage maintenance on 14th, tomorrow and on 14th for ADS and DRS, UI and API. Our general weekly maintenance window is Friday. So tomorrow we'll do ADS maintenance. Firdaus, do you want to talk more about the maintenance that's coming up tomorrow?
Sure, Anshuman. Actually, we are validating some fixes in one of our test environment, and we are expecting those things to be done by the end of the day, so that we are hoping to promote those fixes to the map stage tomorrow, so that we can have a nice and stable build for the structured scenarios.
Thank you, Firdaus. Any questions on this? Okay, moving forward. This is our timeline for all the projects of when we're going to do their structured testing. Nothing has changed from last time we discussed this except the energy imbalance market announcement 2020. Due to low participation, we are turning these structured scenarios to be tested as unstructured. ISO will be providing a guide of how these structured scenarios that are being turned to unstructured can be tested by market participants themselves. Other than that, there are no changes. We'll be starting with ADS replacement project, market simulation structured scenario testing on 11th. Then DOTT project, dispatch operating target tariff clarification on 12th of August. Then we'll be performing energy storage, distributed energy resources phase 3 structured scenarios on 19th of August. For order number 841 on 12th of August. And then market settlements timeline transformation on 25th of August. And exit behind the meter production on 25th of August.
Come upstairs.
Can I please request everybody to please put their phone lines on mute unless you have a question to ask?
I have a question.
Please go ahead.
Hi, this is Nora Kachturov from PG&E. Excess behind the meter production. So you're saying, I promise you, the gross load will be flowing from on map stage. And when we can see the gross load instead of when we can their values.
Could you please repeat your question one more time?
Okay, the excess behind the meter production, starting January 1st, there will be, in production, there will be gross load, right? The meter value will be. So can we get that on map stage now? We want to download and look at this. When will
we do our cutover for this on 24th of August? It's not available right now, but we'll do the cutover on 24th for trade day 25th, which will simulate the similar cutover that's going to happen on 1st of January.
Oh, great. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Sure. Any more questions on this? All right, moving on.
Hi, sorry. Ashman, this is Chun Yu from PG&E. I dialed in just a little late. So for the ADS system problem, the user unable to log in, is that problem has been resolved?
So we're working on resolving all the known issues that we have for ADS system. We just discovered one more issue where the ECN is not configured properly for the new ADS, which is probably causing all the connection issues, the ADS, if you're accessing it via ECN.
Go ahead. Did you say by August 11, all the issue will be resolved?
That's our goal, yes.
So we will not know whether the issue will be resolved by August 11, but that's what you hope for, right?
Yes, that is correct. And if by any chance we are not able to resolve all the issues, we might think about redoing some of the scenarios on a later date.
Okay.
So, Tanya, this is Jamie Hergis. We do know 10 participants are impacted by this, the missing configuration for the ECN connectivity. So we're working to get that expedited, and we'll reach out to those who are impacted when we have it resolved. We'll get a notice out to folks. We're hoping to have that done today or tomorrow at the latest.
Okay, great. And we kind of hope able to jump on to the structure as well, but I have not looked at what is the impact if we're unable to participate in the structure, because we run into problem and we're not sure the problem on our side able to be correct on time to be able to join the structure. So we'll do a little more checking on our side, and if we need, if there's impact, so and we need CAISO to maybe rerun some of the tests, we will probably make a request. We might not need that, but I just want to give you a heads up. It might come to that stage.
Sure. Understood. Thank you.
Thanks.
This is Emmy Sunset with Alsus and Midway Sunset. I just want to make sure that you know that it's more than just ECN connected folks that cannot get on to ADS.
Yes, there is an additional patch coming, and that's what Paradise was speaking to.
Okay, thanks.
Can I ask one more question?
Yes, please, go ahead.
Hi, this is Nora. Regarding CCJB, you said non-applicable. May I understand, may I assume that map stage, the latest CCJB code, right? The map stage.
Right. This NA not applicable is for running any of the structured scenarios. We don't have any CCDBE structured scenarios. There are only unstructured scenarios which can be performed on any of the dates away from the dates mentioned here for the other project structured scenarios. Like you should be able to perform it on 13th of August or 14th of August.
13, 14.
Those dates are not used to settle on. We want to focus on running these structured scenarios on settlement dates, and that's why the structured simulation is scheduled for particular dates on all the projects.
Yeah, I just want to confirm the code level on map stage equivalent to code level on production, correct? The same CCDB code level is there in map stage, right?
Let me confirm with Trang. Trang, could you please let us know the detailed plan?
Yes. Hi, Nora. This is Trang. So thanks for the question. I think that you're asking if the additional new CCW changes are in the map stage environment. So what we have in map stage now is the CCW code that went to production inactive for last fall release. So that's the same code base. The team is still doing an assessment to see what additional changes are needed to map to the refiling for CCW. And based on that, they will assess any additional system changes that are needed and make that available. So right now, the code in map stage for CCW is the same code that's in production inactive, and the same code that was there, or functionality that was there for CCW last fall.
Okay, thank you. I will send you email because we're running API in production. We're not, and everything is okay. It's in active CCW. We run on map stage. We're getting some weird messages from server, so I will send it to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nora. And then again, as always, if you have a city case, that would make it easier to track as well. So I'll look for your message as well as Instrument will watch for the city too.
I will open to you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Trent. This is Chen Yu. Just to piggyback on Nora's point, so PG&E has been exercised, performed some testing on the side for CCW. So hopefully, understand from the previous troubleshooting, we understand sometimes the data is not flowing from the upstream to the downstream. So we kind of hope that the data, the market will be running and the data will be flow as what we expected in a normal market sim. We continue to exercise the testing because we want to resolve some internal issue with our vendor before we approach CAISO again to get this thing resolved. So just want to let you know, we on the side, we've been doing testing for CCW. Thank you.
Thank you, Chen Yu, for that. Just to add on to that note as well, for the map stage environment, we do run the markets every day. And then what we do for the market sim period is we also face the alerting and support for that environment to make sure that it remains stable. So if there's any issues, report them, but we do have heightened monitoring for that environment right now in general. Okay?
Thank you.
Any more questions on this slide?
So, Anshuman, this is Adrian. I want to say, because of the language we use on describing this market simulation, there's no such a thing as unstructured scenarios. We only have structured scenarios like specific use cases we're testing in this market simulation. We have unstructured simulation, which means that the code is in the environment, available to anyone to test it at any point during this market simulation window. So if you see something with not applicable, that means there are no structured scenarios and that you can perform unstructured simulation at any point you want in this map stage environment, which is our simulation environment. Thank you.
Thank you, Adrian, for the clarification.
Thank you.
I'd like to also take this opportunity to thank all the market participants to providing us with the registration and all the resources. I would also recommend that moving forward, starting next week, please submit the bids for the resources that you want to test and that you have registered with us so that all the results will be correctly available on CMRI for them. Moving forward, we have these known issues for ADS currently. We are still working on fixing the error processing request issue with ADS. Hopefully that will get fixed by tomorrow. Firdaus, do you have any more comments on this?
Yes, Anshuman, and actually I was waiting for it. I heard in this discussion earlier, some of you were mentioning that you were still receiving this error, but we were under the impression that none of you are receiving right now this error because we already resolved all of those issues with some manual fixes. What we are just going to do today or tomorrow with our deployment so that it will be an official patch which will resolve it. So as of now, if any of you are still receiving that error, just please let me know as soon as possible so that we can take a look, because our assumption is we have already resolved and no participant is still receiving this error in map stage when they want to connect. And we also noticed there were some issues, if I may clarify, like some unexpected sessions. So we directly worked with those users. And thank you again for who helped us to come up to that situation. So as of now, our understanding is that nobody is receiving this error any longer. With the patch, we will be just simply making it fully official. And the other issue that yes, those will be also part of our new patch. And I think one of the things is not in this list is one of our participants recently reported that. Sometime you may get page unresponsive error on the UI, which is mainly due to no data availability from the upstream, and that is also kind of an error handling, and that will be also fixed in our next patch, what we are planning to deploy tomorrow.
So, hi, this is Chanyu from PG&E. I'm sorry, I didn't get your name. The last presenter. So you mentioned the item number 1 has been the patch has been applied to ADS, and we should not get the error processing request at this point.
Yes, that is. We manually took care of this, and as of now, our understanding and our assumption that you would not see this error right now.
Okay,
but if
and
you
the
still
assumption.
receive it,
okay.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So if we still have an open ticket, I mean, I can try that again after this meeting. If we still have an open CD ticket and with this arrow, how do you want us to email to Ashman, and then Ashman can forward it to you? Would that work?
No, I think. Yeah, if you have any CD ticket or any incident ticket open, and we believe we already communicated to those tickets separately. If anything was not there, just please, if you have the ticket handy, we can take a look right now, right after the meeting, or probably you can send again. However you feel comfortable, through a CD ticket or an email, so that we can take a look right away.
And then an email to whom?
Marketing coordinator.
Okay.
Kaiso.com.
All right, thank you.
And
I don't want to take up everyone's time. I would check again after this meeting, and if it doesn't work, I will send an email along with the ticket, because I do have a ticket open for a few days now. Thank you.
Thank you, Chanyu. And I would say that if it's an old issue and you already have a CD ticket for it, please send us an email with the CD ticket number so that we can respond to you ASAP. If it's a new issue and you don't have a CD ticket, I would I would say that please go ahead and log a CD ticket, and it will come to us, and we'll respond to it ASAP.
This is John Kitchen from Portland General Electric. I just tried getting into the ADS and map stage, and I'm still receiving the error processing request message at the top of the display, and it's not loading anything.
This is Annie Stenstead, and I am getting the same error message still.
Oh,
this is Rick Lamb.
Yeah, Rick, please go ahead.
I believe some of you guys may be still experiencing this because there may be some error handling that is not addressed with the current patch that's in map stage. We have a fix that will address it, but because of various areas of the code that could throw these exceptions that are part of the framework that we're using, we're addressing them as we find them. But the majority of the issues that we found previously is because of some of the session handling that is not addressed through the code. But with the next patch that we would expect to deliver tomorrow evening, we should minimize these type of errors going forward.
All right, thank you. And I would request if you see any issues, please log in CD tickets so that we can go through all CD tickets and respond accordingly.
And we are talking about AGS V8, right?
Yes, ADS and map stage.
V8. Okay.
Oh, for API.
API V8.
This is for the web OMS, yeah. Right? Web ADS.
Yes, we're at work in these areas and we're trying to get into the website.
Number 5 says about API. I wanted to confirm version 8.
Hi, Nora. So item number 5 is applications in general. So the ADS application via the ADS API in general via the ECN is not available in map stage, regardless of the version. And so when that's addressed, it'll apply to all APIs, V7 and V8.
So Trang and Nora, just confirm that we will have that resolved by close of business today. So if you get in tomorrow morning, you should be able to get through.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Isaac from SC. Just wanted to kind of clarify a little bit on the error processing request issue. On our side, our users, if we're using Internet Explorer, which is not supported, you will get that error message. But if you use a Chrome or Edge browser, then we're able to access just fine. Just wanted to point that out.
Thank you for the feedback. I'm sorry, go ahead first.
I tried opening it from Chrome. This is John Kitchen from Portland again. Going to the portal in map stage, and the link won't actually open. So I'll have to copy and paste the URL. But for whatever reason, from the portal, it won't work. Also, the other thing that I found in IE is that I was having to turn on compatibility view for that, which again, I brought this up in the past. It's kind of problematic when we have to have one application under the KISO domain in compatibility view while others require it to be turned off, because there's no way to open different links under the KISO.com domain without having to. You can't have one open in compatibility view and one open that's not on the same machine. There's no way to differentiate that in your screen.
Yeah. So for the ADS web application, it's recommended that you use the Chrome browser because there are features in there that we developed that are not compatible with IE. If Chrome is an option that you can use, that's what we recommend using. With IE, there may be some expected errors and compatibility that you may encounter just based on the functionality that we have to based on the functionality we implemented, that it had to use the Chrome-based rendering engine.
I understand you want us to open ADS in Chrome, but I'm also telling you that in Chrome, from the map stage portal, the ADS link will not work. So I can
second that as well. I tried that. This is Chen-Yu. I tried that and clicked on the Chrome and ADS and the link. It did not go anywhere. When I used IE, I got the error processing request. So just going to throw out IE, but that is the error. That I experienced the same thing.
Okay,
and also, when I think that paste the link, I'm showing like a very, very basic amount of data. It's not even laid out as I would expect it to be in ADS. So I don't know. There's probably some other settings thing that I've got to figure out for this.
Yeah. Actually, if you can open the city ticket, I'd like to follow up on some of these issues. Mainly is at the portal link. We may need to adjust the settings, so then it would open the application in a parent window. Because typically these links will be opening up as a child window, which will impact the application. But in addition, I think some of the settings that we have in the Chrome, it will automatically cache some of the CSS and JavaScript files that are part of the application. We may need to review your issues and suggest possibly clearing the cache on the browser itself before starting up the ADS application.
Yeah, and also on the John, we see you have a successful connection right now. So is it still loading, or are you able to see the ADS application properly now?
I just closed it out. So like I said, it shows the data, but it's like not in a form manner. I can, hold on, is this Jamil?
No, this is Feddos, and previously Rick was talking about it. So you can send the email directly to our MarketSim email box, and also please, if you don't have any CD ticket open yet, please open a ticket so that we can take a closer look and see exactly what is the issue.
Okay, who did you want me to send it to?
Our MarketSim box.
MarketSim@kaiser.com.
Okay.
Hey, this is Kurt Blake at PG&E. I think I may be able to shed some light on some of this. We had trouble connecting to ADS as well from the stage portal. We found out we could make 2 entries into our whitelist in Chrome and had no problem then. Except with the pop-ups. And today we did some more testing this morning and found out we could add 2 more entries into the Chrome whitelist, and now we were able to access the pop-ups correctly. We have a meeting scheduled with your ISO ADS team tomorrow at 10:30. This is something we can discuss, and then maybe this would help other individuals. We found out that found this through. I tested it on my home PC where I don't have the PG&E network and the PG&E configurations issues, and everything has worked fine since day one. No connection issues, no pop-up issues. So hopefully we can provide some insight to that tomorrow.
Yeah, thanks for that feedback. This is Jamie, and I was just messaging the team, and we're talking about what special settings to have for recommendations. So we'll look forward to the meeting tomorrow.
Thank you, everyone, for the feedback. It was really helpful. Moving on. Next. Yes.
One follow-up question. This is Ray from PG&E. You mentioned that you would like market participants to start putting in bids next week. Is that starting officially August 10th, that you would like market participants to put in bids for initiatives that require them?
Well, I would like you to start putting bids if you can now. That would help us in testing, doing the connectivity testing too. And they will be available starting Monday. So
okay,
that will help the whole simulation.
Okay, thank you. Just want to make sure.
Yeah, thanks. This is our settlement calendar. I just wanted to review it before we start market simulation next week. The settlement date we have 11th and 12th August for next week. Then 18th and 19th August, the week after that. 25th and 26th August when we will do access behind the meter and market simulation market settlements timeline project, MSTT. Then 1st and 2nd September, for any cases that we are left, we could redo our testing if required. That will be our last window to do the testing for phase 1 and 2. Any question here? Thank you. Moving on. Just wanted to reiterate the system interfaces changes that we're going to have. For ADS replacement and DOTT project, we have API Web Service V8 that's being modified and API Response Web Service V8. For SDA3B, we have 8 services that are being modified, listed here. We have some more changes for access behind the meter production, which are listed here. And we have following changes for the master file. More information is always available on developer.kaiso.com. These are the changes for CMRI and OSS. Our connectivity testing is ending this week for phase 1 and for phase 2. For automated dispatch system replacement project, you could find the documentation for structured scenarios at the following location. We'll start the structured scenario on August 11th.
Oh, come on.
I hope that was not for the ADS project. Moving on for the next one, dispatch operating target tariff clarification project. We'll do the structured scenario on August 12th, and the documentation for the structured scenarios are present over here. For Energy Imbalance Market Announcement 2020, we are making available a guide for market participants to review so that the structured scenarios can be performed by market participants themselves. This is due to the low participation that we have received for this project. Energy storage and distributed energy resources phase 3. We'll do the structured scenario on August 18th, and the documentation is available on the following link. For order number 841, requested adjustment, we'll be doing structured scenario on August 12th, and the documentation is available on the following link. For this project, I would request the participants to please provide bids for the resources that they are planning to participate, and also please provide ED instructions for the resources that you want to verify the CMRI report for. Commitment cost and default
Ashwin, sorry. Hi, Ashwin. Could you go back to FERC 841? You say besides bid, what else that market participants need to provide?
If your resources are registered for this project, please create an exceptional dispatch for the resource so that that exceptional dispatch can... appear on the...
I think the CAISO need to trigger the exceptional dispatch, not us.
Okay.
Right? I mean, that's the
I
understanding.
mean,
because we cannot dispatch exceptional. Yes.
Can you issue an exceptional dispatch for the resources? I mean, is the functionality available for you?
I think that has to come from CAISO. When you issue exceptional dispatch, it has to come from CAISO.
Okay. We'll perform that step, and we'll make sure that the ED is present for the resource. We also have very low participation for this project. We have only a few resources, so we can definitely make sure that the ED is provided for them.
Do you mean manual dispatch? Because the VA or the EIM entity would do the manual dispatch.
Do we have Tyler on the call?
It might be a term issue here.
I think the structure scenario is calling for exceptional dispatch to see certain results.
Right, but the exceptional dispatch is also a manual dispatch, and that would be a change that the entity would make, and then you would see the result. You know, I would manually dispatch one of my units, see it in ADF.
All right, let me follow up on that scenario, and I will bring it up on Monday's meeting, and then that will be before the 12th August, so we can definitely verify that scenario on Monday. Thank you for bringing that up. Moving on to the commitment cost and default energy bid, we have the timeline is 27th of July to September 4th. Any unstructured testing can be performed during that time. Same thing with commitment cost enhancement tariff clarification. The unstructured testing can be performed anytime between July 27th to September 4th. Market settlement timeline transformation project. Timeline is 27th July to September 18th. We will be performing the cutover for 25th August trade date. That will be performed on 24th of August. The details of the cutover are mentioned here, and the structured scenario documentation is available on the following link. Access behind the meter will follow the same timeline as MSTT project. It will be from July 27th to September 18th. Structured scenario will be performed along with MSTT project on 25th of August. More details are listed in the note. And structured scenario documentation can be found at the following location. We'll have the next meeting on August 10th at 2 p.m. Now I will open up for any more questions we have on the market simulation call. Please go ahead. If you're asking a question, we are not hearing it, maybe you're on mute. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining the meeting. This is all we have for today.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Anshuman.
Thank you.